Welcome back to Capital Catch-Up. I'm Victor.
And I'm Leanie. Today we have a packed agenda, dozens of bills, a judicial nomination, a Senate hearing on government transparency, and the latest congressional record. Let's dive in.
First, the bills. Starting with economic relief, House Bill 7768 is the Tax Relief for Renters Act of 2026. It proposes tax measures aimed at easing housing costs for renters.
Then there's House Bill 7070, the Hearing Aid Assistance Tax Credit Act, which would create a tax credit to help people afford hearing aids.
House Bill 7075, the CDFI Fund Transparency Act, focuses on the Community Development Financial Institutions Fund, likely aiming to increase oversight of how those federal dollars are spent.
House Bill 7776, the Highway Formula Fairness Act, deals with federal highway funding formulas, something that could affect road projects across states.
House Bill 7698 is the Tribal Firearm Access Act. The title suggests it concerns firearm rights or regulations on tribal lands.
House Bill 7772, the Light Safety Act, and House Bill 773, the Field Integration of Homeland Intelligence Act of 2026. Both sound related to public safety and intelligence sharing, though we only have the titles to go on.
House Bill 7970, the STOP Nitazenes Act, appears to target the synthetic opioid nitazenes, reflecting ongoing concerns about the opioid crisis.
House Bill 7988, the Safe Passage to the World Cup Act, likely addresses security or travel logistics for the upcoming international soccer tournament.
Two taxpayer-focused bills are House Bill 7971, the Taxpayer Experience Improvement Act, and House Bill 7972, the Taxpayer Workforce Modernization Act. Both seem aimed at making interactions with the IRS smoother and updating the agency's staffing.
House Bill 556, the Protecting Access for Hunters and Anglers Act, would presumably safeguard access to federal lands and waters for those recreational pursuits.
Moving to resolutions, House Resolution 1123 recognizes the victims of the 1990 Happy Land Social Club fire in the Bronx and designates March 25, 2026 as a day of remembrance.
House Resolution 1122 honors the life and legacy of Coach Lou Holtz, the celebrated college football coach.
And House Concurrent Resolution 79 authorizes the use of the Capitol Rotunda for the lying in state of several fallen service members: Air Force Major John A. Klinner, Captain Ariana G. Savino, Captain Seth R. Koval, Captain Curtis J. Angst, Technical Sergeant Ashley B. Pruitt, and Technical Sergeant Tyler H. Simmons.
Over in the Senate, the Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship will hold a hearing on Sunshine Week. The focus is on bringing secret government spending to light, and the committee will examine 5 specific Senate bills: Senate Bill 766, Senate Bill 872, Senate Bill 4059, Senate Bill 4030, and Senate Bill 1199. While we don't have the titles of those Senate bills here, the hearing's theme suggests they all relate to transparency, accountability, or oversight of federal expenditures.
That's a useful reminder of how committees work. Members gather to study issues, hear from experts, and shape legislation before it ever reaches the full Senate.
Speaking of the Senate, there's a nomination to consider. Anna St. John of Louisiana has been nominated to serve as a United States District Judge for the Eastern District of Louisiana, filling the vacancy created by Judge Sarah S. Vance's retirement.
Judicial nominations like this one go through the Senate Judiciary Committee, which holds hearings and votes before the nomination can move to the full Senate for confirmation.
Finally, let's touch on the Congressional Record. The record for March 16th and March 17th, 2026, volumes 172, numbers 47 and 48, contains the verbatim proceedings, debates, and remarks from both chambers on those days. It's the official source for tracking what lawmakers actually said on the floor.
To sum up, listeners should watch for movement on the Tax Relief for Renters Act and the Hearing Aid Assistance Tax Credit Act as they affect household budgets. Keep an eye on the highway and tribal firearms bills for potential impacts on infrastructure and public safety. And follow the Senate Small Business hearing for any new transparency measures that could emerge from those 5 Senate bills.
And of course, the nomination of Judge St. John will be one to monitor as it proceeds through the Judiciary Committee.
That's all for today's Capital Catch-Up. Thanks for listening and stay informed.
Bye-bye.